Good afternoon, good afternoon. Now, how many? After all this, how many times I alerted Apple? Oh, God, how many times I was alerting Apple? I said the targeted price. I alerted it, hardware alerted it. How many times did we call out Apple? Be on lookout for 225, 225, 225. It's like everybody kept throwing out every other ticker. And I'm trying to throw out the money-making ticker for you guys. Apple, 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 Apple. And what do you finally get after, what time it is right now? 11:41? Apple, 225. I told you guys, I was alerting this since this morning. I alerted this since this morning what to be on lookout for, where the volatility was at. Apple is on an uptrend. Apple intended target is 225. How many times did I alert this? Like, that's why I tell you guys, don't overcomplicate it by having too many charts to look at. If I'm alerting for a reason, and that's to help you out. If I'm saying Apple, 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 even if SPY is turning, even if Amazon is turning, the main thing I'm telling you to be on lookout for is Apple. Apple intended target price is 225. Why was I so locked in on that? You gotta remember, guys, we had news that just came out on Apple about a 266 price target that gave us that bullish momentum. So it's not about what you want. It's about what the market is showing you, what it's providing. If I'm calling out Apple, I'm calling this out for a reason. That is your money-making opportunity, especially on a Friday when you know the volatility likes to fluctuate and change up. Right now, what happened with SPY? We ran on up. We got rejected around 637. Now getting this dump back on down. Started to reverse. But while all this reversal was going on, Amazon, going on SPY, what held up the strongest? Apple. What was the main one I kept alerting? Apple. I told you guys keep that on watch. Apple, 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 Apple. I kept telling everybody keep that on watch because I wanted to say to everybody. Oh, hold up. Is my thing on too? Oh, yeah, it's on. I was going to make sure you guys can see me and hear me. All right, cool. Yeah, so guys, if y'all can hear me and see me in the chats, please feel free to hit me up. Let me know y'all can give me the heads up. Make sure everything's good to go in chat. YouTube, Twitch, Kick, whatever the case may be, guys, hit me up in chat to make sure we all good to go. But the main one I told you guys, Apple, 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 and let's go to my Discord.
Are you out of AAP, Al?
Yes, ma'am. I gotta update my thing though. Let me see. Hold on. Let me go to where's my Discord and to show my proof that I kept alerting Apple over and over and over for everybody. Let me see. Where is that? Just the right one? Yep. Right here. Where's all my alerts that I kept on telling everybody? Apple, 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 Apple. Let's see. When I first got on, I was alerting it like crazy. TT, I know we call out TTD. That was the pullback, or how far we could pull back. I alerted that this morning. Apple. Still anticipating. Oh, here we go.
What price target are you planning to get out?
225. Look, Queen, like y'all gotta pay. Look, right here, I put out the answers. Y'all so-called say I don't put out nothing. I don't put out alerts. Here's alert. I'm still anticipating 225 Apple. What else? What other levels we have? Let me see. What else? I kept on alerting it. Positive said Apple. I don't see 225. I had to tell her. I said we're gonna have a pullback first. Look to see if buyers can hold at 218.86, which we did, and for that move back up to 225. What else? I told y'all keep your eyes peeled on Apple. This is like the main thing I kept going over. After everybody was throwing all these tickets, Apple, still holding and pushing 225 potential target price. Keep your eye, keep on watch 222.70. All right. Here we go. Where was Apple again? Then I talked about it again. I talked about, guys, be mindful of the ranges, due to Fridays. Then we wind up hitting, and I said, Apple, new high day. Volume coming in. Apple. Been alerting this since this morning. Apple. I said, give them to go yada, yada. Then boom, I said, Apple. 225. Since this, come on, man. Like, guys, y'all got to, come on, man. Like, I give y'all the information. Hardware been pushing that information out. I've been pushing out that information out. Why did we stay stuck on Apple? Because Apple had some hard news that came out that gave us confirmation that bulls were going to step in. A 266 price level, target level. It's like right there. And then the charts were screaming out to you. We went over what? A bull flag pattern that could lead to more upside. All we had to do was hold these key levels. Guys, we was learning this since like Monday. We was learning this since Monday on Apple. Let's go back to it a little bit. I'll bring up the chart. We was learning this since Monday, guys. And we put out the article. Look right here. Was I not alerting this? Guys, was I not alerting this setup? Once that news came out, I say be mindful of the bull flag pattern on Apple. Look. Was I lying? Look where my line is at. 225, right? Why did I call out 225? Because that was the old level where we got rejected at from in the past. So that shows and indicate on how far we can come up to. Look right here. 225, right? What did we push up to? 225, right? So, guys, come on, man. Like, I'm giving y'all the information. I'm giving y'all the alert. Execute on it. Like, right here. I mean, from a solid bounce to 202, 203. Right here. Look at the bottoms. Look at this. Look at all these buying opportunities back on up. 202, 203, red to green move, and look at this bullish momentum. Why would you still not pay attention and knowing that the 9 times out of 10 the target price is 225? What did I keep alerting? What did hardware keep alerting? 225, 225, 225. I told you guys, be on lookout with Apple. Look out, I mean, guys, you gotta lock in on this because you miss opportunities. Look at this, straight bullishness. 202 to 225. It's like, come on, man. It's like, if I'm alerting this for a reason to help you guys out. That is what I'm here to do, guys, is give you the keys to the vehicle to drive it. Apple, I called this out numerous times. The bull flag pattern, I called out numerous times. 225 price target, I called out numerous times throughout the whole entire week. It's like, come on, man. I called this out since this morning. I told y'all, expect a pullback and then keep this on watch. We are on an uptrend. I told y'all majority of the stocks were on uptrend, that the market was still strong. Didn't I not? Wasn't Apple one of the ones I mentioned in the uptrend? Right here, on my picture. Wasn't Apple not one of the ones I drew in an uptrend? Apple calling out what? 225 over and over and over. So it's like, man, I never veered away from the price target. 225. It's like, come on, man. Come on, man. I'm giving y'all the keys to again, helping you guys change your accounts, man. Getting a nice little move. But we've been talking about Apple since the beginning of the week with alerts. We had a solid press release. Let's see what we got now. I mean, now that we done hit the targets of 225, what is the next key thing now? Let me see what we can go from Apple now. Okay, what could we be expecting next week? What could we be expecting next week? Let's see on how we can prepare ourselves. Now, if we can break above 225, hold that key level, we do have room to run up towards that 235 to 238 level. But you got to keep in mind, psychological level 225, you may have some sellers sitting around this key level. So just keep that in mind. You already got the bullish run. Now we may be setting up for the pullbacks. Possibly. If we cannot hold above that 225, do expect some possible pullbacks to come. Because you got to keep in mind, today is Friday, is the last trade day of the week, where again, if we don't hold, we could get that selling pressure to step in and go for those pullbacks. But just keep it in watch. Keep it in watch. Now again, if we can stay above 225, you do have room to possibly push your way up towards, what are these prices? Old prices back in the day? That was 225, ran up as high as 230, 233 up to 238. Somewhere in that bracket. So I'll bring it up real quick, guys. I'm going to show y'all what I see. But we've been alerting this. Shout out to Hardware, one of the ones that brought it up to my attention. And I mean, I just kept you guys updated on Apple. So let's see. Keep it on watch. All right, let's go back a little bit. Now that we didn't hit our intended target, now what's the next movement from here? Now, after we didn't call this out from the bottoms all the way up to the top, now that we hit these levels. Hey, man, we boss, were we not calling this since Monday? And shout out to you. Boss, was we not calling this out since Monday? Since Monday at these bottoms. 202, 203 for the target into the target of 205. I mean 225. It's insane. We've been alerting this. But what I try to tell a lot of these traders to stop doing is stop overlooking at too many stocks. when you have a money making one that's right there in front of your face, we can make money out throughout the week. Think about it, guys. Apple throughout the whole entire week, green day, green day, green day, green day, green day. It was all bulls all the way up.
I was preaching
exactly, and I took your advice, right? Because what was I doing, boss? Wasn't I not alerting 225 even the other day? 225, 225, 225, 225. Apple has news. Apple has confirmed about a price target of 266. We had everything to back it up. I mean, we've been preaching this since last week, boss, and this week. We've been preaching it. 225 target on the way up. It's like money making opportunities, Monday through Friday, boss.
Good stuff, Jay. Great gains.
Man, appreciate you, boss. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. I stayed on top of it. I stayed on top of calling this bad boy out from start to finish. Man, that's crazy. Now we just have to see, now that we didn't win on this bullish run, can we get that continuation bullish push, or will we hit rejection, or will we start to see sellers at 225 for the pull right back down? Okay, let me ask you guys this. Let me see how much y'all paid attention. Don't say no, hardware. We know you know. Okay, guys. I'm going to see how much you pay attention, how much you pay attention to my alerts and my breakdowns. If we do not get a break above 225, where will your pullback level be? I'm not saying nothing. Where will your strongest, solid, possible pullback level be? Where will your strongest floor be? What was the breakout? What initiated that start for that push up to 225? If we get a pullback down to this specific price level, where could we see buyers stepping in at? Since we've been preaching about this all week, you guys should have been writing this down. You guys should have some type of knowledge on Apple after we've been breaking this down since the bottoms of this bad boy and the turnaround up towards 225. If we get a pullback underneath 225 going into next week, let's just say, what would be your range? Where is the demand zone? We already know what the supply zone is at right now at this moment. It's 225. You already know what the supply zone with buyers may be sitting at.
210.
You close. You close. You close, Nadia. I give you that. You close. You close. You're very close to it. You're very close to it. It was an old level. Remember that we couldn't break. You remember throughout the week before the breakout. Remember?
Nadia says. 210.50.
Nope. You close though. You are very close to it. But remember I kept saying we could not break above this price point at the time before the breakout. I said, man, every time we hit this, we keep falling. Every time we hit, we keep falling. Every time we hit, we keep falling. What was that price point?
Nadia says.
Nope. You're going lower. You're going too low. You're going too low. Going too low. Going too low. Too low. That's why you gotta pay attention to these prices. Right now, we're still pushing. I'm gonna tell y'all.
6.50.
No. Queen, look across the board right here. We still pushing though, still. But look right across the board. What was the area that we could not break out? You see it? 215. See that? Look where your old area was at. Strong resistance. 215. 215. Now you see it? That hardware. There you go. So if we were to encounter a hard pullback, because right here, look right here, based off this candle, we have no red candle stepping in yet. All it is buyers. So you have to ask yourself, okay, when the sellers do get their moment, how far could sellers pull back down to? You got to keep in mind, this was an old level that we didn't that kept us underneath of getting towards 225, which was around 215. So now that we broke above that price point, all the buyers doing now is taking that price point and now utilizing it against the bears. The bears. So that means instead of having bull traps, now they can set up for bear traps. So let's just say for the sake of the argument, we get rejected at 225 and we get a hard pullback down. 9 times out of 10, your buyers are going to be sitting at these low key areas that were once resistance, now could be utilized for support. So got to keep in mind, what was that intended price target that was in the news? 266. So now that you've broken above the downtrend setup, now going from the bearish side of things now to the bullish side of things, look how much space and opportunity now you have going this way. Think about it. You have no more downtrend to hold you back. You have no more 220 215 to hold you back. Now it's nothing but sky and opportunities. And look all the room you can run it back up to towards these old key levels going this way. Look at this. Look at all these old key levels back this way. Now once you get that bounce off of 225, look how much you can run up. Look at this. Look at these old key levels back this way. 244. Go back up a little higher. 250. Go back up a little higher. 260. See all these old key levels now? Now that we breaking out, look at all these areas that we got to take out, that we got to claim back. So keep it on watch. So again, if we cannot get that the hold above that 225 level, we got that hard pull back down. Look in between these levels going into next week. If we cannot hold, however, we are still holding at this time. Bulls are still in play, but watch that 225 level, 225 level. But we did alert this, guys. 225 was going to be that intended target this week, was 225. So we did alert it. What time it is right now? 11:56. So the question is, can we stay above it? Now, if we do fall underneath by 1 o'clock, do expect that sellers may start to step in around 225 for that possible sell off back down towards the downside. So keep that in mind. If we cannot stay above that price point by 1 o'clock. So right now, you're definitely getting the bullish push still. Bulls are still in control pushing. So keep that in mind. But guys, we've been alerting 225 for the freaking longest since the bottoms. Since the freaking bottoms. Even another one, shout out to hardware, called out was CELH. CELH. That was another good opportunity. Go to this one. Bam. Look at this. Look at this setup. Another pullback bounce. Oops. Where you at? Go back a little bit. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Right about right here. Look at that. Shout out to hardware for calling this out. Look at the bottoms. He had lows of what? 41. Ran your way up towards 50. Look at this. All the ones he called out went on these bullish runs. So anytime he called them out, guys, just pay attention to these levels. Try to see, can you get in early for the possible movement on up. If he's calling these plays out, he's calling these plays out for a reason. That means he done his research. He broke down everything. He's understanding on the potential that these stocks have. Think about it. He called out Apple, spike. He just called out CELH, spike. All these ones he called out been going on these bullish movements, and he called them out for a reason. But Apple, we've been calling that throughout the whole entire week, man. That's the crazy part. We've been calling Apple since, for the whole entire week. And look at that. Bad boy still on the uptrend, still pushing, still squeezing. Think about it. Still squeezing. 225 still bullish. Still squeezing up. Still got the bullish movement to it. That's insane. Even if you missed all of this, think about it. Guys, you missed all of this. You missed all of this. You could have caught a pullback moment right here. Where? 225. Pullback bounce. Pullback bounce. What price point did we talk about? Yo, above what? 225. Even if you missed, again, you missed the long run. Still could have caught this nice little move here. 225 held, right? Because now you're above it. Now buyers are going to utilize that price point because it's no longer resistance, but now support. So what did they do? Turn 225 from resistance now to support, creating more of a bear trap than a bull trap. Look what happened when you pull back down. Bear trap, bear trap, bear trap, bear trap, pullback failure. Came in, all your buyers got excited. Now that you're breaking above 225, and now what they doing? Pushing. Guys, you got to pay attention to details, man. Pay close attention to details. Especially if we calling out something, like early in advance, man, to understand these levels. Let's see what else we got. I mean, the market overall is bullish still. The market overall is still bullish. Still bullish, still bullish. Now, as far as SPY, I know I got some SPY traders in here. Let's see on how far we can push. The levels that I do see, where we will have some challenges, going to be between, right where we at, 336, 338 at this moment. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why we may possibly have a little bit of challenge in between those two price points. Let me break it down to why. Why I think. Do I still think we may still see 640? Yeah. In the second half of the market. And I'm going to tell you and I'm break down why I think we may see that. As long as those buyers hold. All right. This is why I think so. Right here. Okay. So we go back this way. You can see right here. They tried to go for a move early. That was, I think, yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. They went too early. Too early, too soon. Which is why you couldn't hold 638. And then you wind up falling right back down towards 633. Plus, because you kept getting rejected by what? That trend line. Trend line rejection. Trend line rejection. So now all they had to do was hold around this 631.50. Slide over a little bit. Where they can now use the bottom of this trend line. And then go for that reversal right back on up. And you can see right here where we tested, right? That trend line again. So right now, as long as they can stay within this range, they can slither their way over to getting as close back towards that 640 as possible, because their goal is to reverse and go back up towards these highs again. So the main thing that's in the way right now is that trend line and that 636, 638 level. So again, in order for them to get that trend line breakout, they're going to have to go over a little bit, because they want to do away with that wall. So the more that they go over this way, that trend line raises up higher. So long as that raises up higher, you can get to higher price points that you can't break out at this moment. 636, 638, back up to that 640 range. But all while still holding this trend line. All they can do is just slither their way over, move over to this way, and go for that push back up towards those highs again. So if you notice, look how many times they tried to attempt it and they couldn't break it. They tried to go for it yesterday, got rejected, fell right back underneath 638, 636, fell right back on down this way. Today, they tried to go for 636 up to this level. Good morning, Queen.
Great to see ya. Awesome alerts today.
Man, Queen, I alerted it. Man, Queen, I alerted Apple. I told everybody. I said Apple, 225, 225, 225. Since this morning, everybody else kept throwing every other tick at me. I kept saying, I kept trying to go, I kept trying to push that off to the side to let them know, guys, I need you guys to pay attention to Apple. I need you guys to pay attention to Apple. Don't worry about Google. Don't worry about all these other stocks. Guys, watch Apple. Watch Apple. Watch Apple. 225. 225. 225. It's like I didn't know what else to do. Ingrid, I tried. I alerted it so many times. I tried, Queen. There's only so much you can do. There's only so much you can do. I tried, man. And look at this. 225 and still spiking. Queen, I tried. I did what I could. I did what I could. I alerted this numerous times. Look at that. Still bullish. Look at that. Apple. I told him what the volatility was. Yeah, I took the trade. Yeah. I traded it. Yeah, I traded at the same time. So I was up 100 on that one. I need to update my stuff though, cause don't get me wrong. Now I wasn't holding. I was scalping a lot. I ain't gonna lie, I was doing a lot of scalping, cause I hate Fridays. I really hate trading on Fridays because sometimes Fridays can be a little tricky. It can be a little tricky, and I hate it. So I should have held it though. I ain't gonna lie, I should have held it and just rolled that bell and bull on up. What about you, Aussie? Did you take the trade? Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of pissed off on Apple. If I would have listened, and again, it's on me. If I would have listened to Hardware when he called it out in advance, when I could have held those what it was, 202 levels, 202, 204. Oh my God. Matter of fact, let me go back to those contracts on how much I would have been up had I would have held those key levels. What was them? 202. Let me bring it up real quick. Hold up, guys. Let me bring up the 202s. Boss, Paul, I kept calling it. You was my witness. Boss, champ, I kept calling it. We all kept calling Apple. Oh man. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Had I would have caught the 202, I held it, held it throughout the whole week. Let me see how much. If me, you, the rest of us, FIBA we would have held 202s. Using which contracts? Which one? This week's contracts. Where were the 202s at on the call side? 202s. Oh my God! Look right here, boss. 202, 200, 205, 202.
You did alert $AAPL to 200.
But Queen, Nadia, Queen. How many times I kept alerting Apple for 225? Paul, champ, you were my witness too. How many times me, Hardware, kept alerting 225, 225? But I ain't gonna lie, had I would have held it though, I ain't gonna lie. Oh my God. Let me see what my account would have been had I would have held it. Let me go to one of my charts. Cause I'm gonna get pissed at myself. Had I would have held it. But that's when I was still learning. I was still training underneath them to understand on how to get into these plays. So let me see. 202 to around 200, how much I would have been up? What did these bad boys start at?
No, still setting up trade the pool, not doing options as of yet.
Yeah, so okay. So
I've heard it all week.
So right now, okay, so champ. Just said LMAO. Yeah, so okay, so the 200 contracts for this week at 225.
Nadia says.
Man.
Look,
was $4.
$5 proof.
Champ, Nadia, the 200 contracts right here at 400 and went up towards $25. That was 200. What was the other ones? Hold on. I mean, even if we would have went a little lower, let's say 205. 205 contracts, all the way up to 225. Let's see on what we would have been at on that one. 225s. The lows on these was damn, still around oh no, this was at $1.50. So this was at $1.50 and ran up towards 20. Jeez. If I would have been holding this. Oh, imagine just being just 100 shares, you still would have been up like $2,000. Damn near $2,000 on that. 1,000 shares, you'd have been. Jesus, 1,000 shares, I can't even imagine. Man, that is sick. That's sick. That's sick. That's sick. Champ, look at that. $1.50 contract at 205. Now at 225. Boss. Man, so if you had a small account, okay, let me say $1.50, so you would have to have almost a what, $200 account? $200 account. Let me see real quick. Up to 20. We'll just do we'll round it. We'll round it. So we'll say $20 minus, I'll put 150. 150 times 100 shares just off of one alone. You'd have been up 1,800. Yep. So you'll be turning a small account to damn near $2,000 on that one. Now you would have had 1,000 shares. Jeez Louise. Yeah, that'd have been insane. But it goes to show you the power of these plays. But and again, not having too many stocks underneath your belt by focusing on one in particular that can run, especially off of good news. And the reason why I stayed on Apple, guys, because we had decent news that came out on it. Remember the news that we put out was what
I had 2 and sold 225.
Where we at right now, champ? Where we at right now as far as Apple?
80 LOL.
And look at that, still pushing. Let me see. Let me go to my chart real quick to see on how far where we're trying to go to right now. Let's see. Let me see on how far we're trying to push, boss, off of this 225 level. Let me see. As far as that, as long as those buyers stay in control, okay, where are we trying to go up to? Let's see. So right now we're above 225. Okay, let's see. Let's take a closer look to see on how far this bad boy is trying to push now. Now that we're in this range.
220.
Let me see. So last time we stayed on top of 225. We ran up as high as look like around 230s.
$93.
Yeah, so last time we bounced off of these levels, we went as high as like around 230 levels, like almost like around this old area here. What is that, 233-ish? Well, I'm trying to base it off this little level here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to take this little level and to see if I can match it. So let me see what it's actually trying to push up to. So let me make a duplicate copy of this and let me utilize this old level right about.
Watching for after lunch.
Yep, like right about these levels, champ. Like around these old key levels based off the past here. See, what last time when you were on top of 225, we ran up as high as 233. Then you pulled back down to 230.25. Then ran back up to 233 retest. Then pushed back up towards 238, up towards those high areas of 250. So, based off this old past area, last time we bounced off of 225, we ran up as high as look like around 233. So, look like we're up to 230 to 233 level. They may push up back up towards this old level here. Damn. So, God, I'm gonna keep it on watch, man, because I don't want to get too excited. I mean, if they go for it, I mean, that'll be the next key level. And that's just based off the past when we were on top of 225. Last time we were on, and I'm just going based off of this past history. So last time we were in this range, 225, we ran up as high as 233, back down to 225, then reversed back up to 233, retested that, and then pushed up towards 238, up towards the 250 ranges. So, let's see. Let's see on what we're gonna push up to. Let me take a watch. Let me take a look at it. All I'm doing is just try to base off these past levels. All right, let's see. 226. Based off these old levels here, it's about 226.
Gina says,
Will you wait for 230 to close your position?
Let's see, Queen. So, okay, this is an old bounce, strong bouncing area here that we underneath. Also, let's see, what was the open on this one? That was 27.05. Let me see something. All I'm just trying to see is where they're trying to push up to. That's all I'm trying to figure out. Where are they really trying to push up to? So, what's that, 27.05 real quick? Let's see. All I'm trying to do is take the pass and trying to utilize that. So, 27.05. 27.05. Let's see. Alright, kind of like right here where we had this bounce. And look like we're trying to push right at that level. So that's right. And the reason I'm using this because that's where your bias came in strong. Like right around that 27.05 level. And that's when you had that bullish push towards the upside. So strong support could turn into possible resistance. So watch that level. We may have a little bit of interference right around this 27.05 level as we push this way. So watch to see can we break and hold. Now if they can break and hold, I mean we definitely got room to still push up towards 233. Where that bullish rally is going to continue. So watch this. Oh, and again, all I did, guys, was just take this old level here. This old level here, we had the strong bouncing, where we had the strong demand zone. All I'm doing is just taking that level that now because we underneath it to see if sellers going to try to utilize that for resistance to try to pull them back down. So all I'm trying to do is just base off of these past levels. So that's why you're getting a little bit of interference. You're getting a little bit of an upper shadow right around 27.05. So now the question is, well, we can buy step in and break back above 27.05, or could sellers come in and try to push them back underneath 225? So let's see who's gonna have it. Let's see who's gonna have it. So okay, what would we need if we want to see more upside? We're already above 225. That's one. And okay, we need to get above 227.05 by 1 o'clock. Right now is what, 12 o'clock? So let's see which way we go, guys. Let's just see which way we go about 1 o'clock. Let's see which way. So in other words, okay, let's try to figure this out. What's going to be the next possible setup for Apple? So let's see. All right, let's do this. Okay. So right now we're above 225 already. That's already one support. So next key level that we want to get above is going to be 227.05 because that was a level that buyers used back in the past where we got that nice blast on off back up towards that 250 range. So all I'm doing is taking that key level to see if buyers can get that break above that price point, or will sellers utilize that to try to trap them and pull them back down this way. So all I'm trying to do is watch to see, okay, what's going to be the next the second half of the market setup. Can we get that continuation uptrend, or will we start to get some resistance right around this level while as sellers try to pull those buyers back down these 225? Now, if they pull them back down on these 225, you see what happened last time in the past where that level held up as resistance numerous times. 225, 225, 225. Now, last time we got rejected on these 225, where did we fall back down to? 215.
227.
Yeah, so right now, and again, champ, all I'm doing, boss, is just taking these old key levels that those buyers utilized in the past. So right here, this is where we had a strong bounce at, right around 227.05 for that push back on up, which we got back up towards 233, up to 238, and then from that level we ran up towards 250. Now, on the downside of things, let's just say for the sake of the argument, sellers do so happen to pull those buyers back underneath 225. Now, last time we were underneath 225, you had a pullback as low as 215. So right here, if sellers come in, let's just say that buyers cannot hold and sellers come in. Look what happened last time. 225 held up as resistance, and sellers got the pullback down towards what price point? 215. Then you got that nice move right back on up. So watch that move. So watch that key level here, because you got to keep in mind, we're no longer on a downtrend. Now we're on an uptrend, building our way up. Because guys, you got to think about the reversal now that we have. This is where we went on a downtrend setup. Now we're starting to reverse the play. Now we're going from a downtrend now to an uptrend where we could start to build higher lows. So you got to keep in mind that we're no longer underneath this trend line. We're going from the bearish side of things to now the bullish side of things with nothing but space and opportunities. But we will have pullbacks from time to time. It's not going to just go straight up into the damn moon. It will be levels that we will encounter where sellers could step in for pullbacks, which is going to be normal. And nothing is wrong with that because you don't want to buy you don't want to buy the highs. You want to buy in at the lows. So the smartest thing to do is, okay, if we do start to get a pullback, I would like to get pulled back down where I know it's going to be some strong support lines and my risk is going to be reduced. So instead of buying at these levels where we could get rejected, I would rather wait for these low-key levels here, again, where I can buy low, my risk are lower, for a more higher reward back up to the upside. So that's the smartest thing I would do instead of chasing. But we're going to keep on watching to see what these buyers going to do. Here we go. Look at watch, guys. Still bullish. Watch this. Watch this level. Watch that 6. Watch that 2705 level. Watch this. Again, if we can maintain that level, buyers can push their way up to 233. 233 from that level can push your way up to 238, where we can continue the uptrend push. All you're doing is going now from this range now into this range. So keep in mind, when we got back on top of that 227, look at the range. Pushed all the way up to 233, to 238, into the 240s. Look at that. All off of this level that held, which is around 227.05 level. Look where we at right now. Look what we battling, that 227.05. So the question is, as 1 o'clock is about to roll around, can we get that break and hold above it as we can continue on up for the rest of the second half of the market? Just going bullish, or will we get rejected and possibly fall back underneath? But right now, bulls have it for sure. Bulls have control. I mean, look at your candles. Look how strong your candles are. Ever since 202, 204, it's just been on a bullish run. So as far as my puts, I'll be very careful stepping in front of that raging rocket right now. So right now, buyers are definitely creating these short squeezes, definitely creating these bad traps and trapping these shorts right now. So question is, can we get that break and hold above that 227.05 level as 1 o'clock is approaching? So keep this on watch, and you can see right here we're getting a little bit of interruption. Champ, you see that? Nadia, you see that? We're getting a little bit of interruption. Why are we getting a little bit of interruption around 227.05? Because that was the old key level back here. Go back this way. Go back. What did we hold? 27.05. Old support could turn into possible resistance because now the fact is you underneath it. When you were on top of it, buyers utilized that. When you went from a bounce, 233, pull right back on down. 27 held, got a bounce, 233. Finally went for the breakout. Now take the same level that we underneath. Let's see what's gonna happen. Can buyers get back above that old level, or will we get rejected? Watch right here. Let's see. Can we find our way back above 227.05 by 1 o'clock, or will it remain as resistance? Now, if that level remains as resistance, we could possibly see a possible red to green move, green to red move, where that level is gonna hold back resistance, and buyers, sellers can come in and start to pull right back on down. So let's just see. We got still got some ways to go before 1 o'clock. But watch these levels. Watch these two particular levels in general for the second half of the market. Watch these two levels. Buyers, we want to get above that 227.05. Sellers, stay underneath that level and start to get that pullback underneath 225. Why? Because you notice where that strong pullback occurred. Look right here. Look, we had that massive sell-off at. What price point? 225. You had it once. You had it twice. You had it 3 times. 4 times the charm. There you go. So that's why those levels right where we're at is going to be very, very crucial. Watch these two particular levels. It's going to be very, very crucial as we go into the second half of the market. So what is going to happen? So let's take the 15-minute time frame right where we at, and we're going to place those two particular price points. What was that? So we're already above 220. Oh, shit, I'm looking at the wrong stock. I'm looking at the SPY. My fault. I'm looking at the wrong stock. My fault. All right, let's put it right here. So let's make a duplicate copy. So we have 227.05 is 1. SPY still holding. SPY still looking nice. So 227.05 is 1. Bam, right where we at. And then we already got 225. Okay, so, and this is based off the 5-minute time frame. So we already know our particular price points. In general, we know that we need to stay above 227.05, but we want to see some more upside to come, because if we can hold that level, 9 times out of 10, buyers are going to push up to 230, 233. So, for puts, I already know there's a lot of puts. You need to fall back underneath 2 specific price points, 227.50, especially if underneath that 227.05. back down underneath that 225 level, because we know that's majority where we had that nice sell-off at. But right now, uptrend is still holding. Buyers are still in control. I mean, look at this. I mean, it's still on the continuation uptrend. I mean, right now, the market is strong still. The market is still hella strong. It's just still strong. I mean, there's just no way around it. There's no way around it. As much as a lot of people want to short it, you got to respect the movement, man. You got to respect the strength of the market right now. The market is still holding. Don't put yourself in the line of fire if you don't need to. Wait until you get confirmation. It's very strong. Yeah, it's very, very strong. So I wouldn't go against the grain at this moment at all. I mean, even the SPY. Look at SPY still pushing. SPY, we still talked about it. As long as you hold above that 336, remember the range we talked about, which was 336 to 338. Remember, we talked about 338 level. It may go sideways as it's trying to get up to that, back up towards that 640 range. It may go sideways because we know where it's trying to go at 640.
To 637.5.
But I mean, yeah, we could test it, but they still may go for that push to 638. I mean, look at your setup. Look at your setup. You didn't broke back above 636. Next key level, they going for a 638 because you know it normally moves by $2 increments. So if they get that break above 238, hold that key level. Next level, they going for a 640. I say 230. I keep saying because I look at so many prices. I'm sorry. 638 to 640. Apple, watch that 227.05. Just watch it. Because, I mean, like, again, all we got to do is hold it. If they can hold, stay above that level by 1 o'clock, that means that it's going to be bad for the bears because they may be setting up bad traps for, where we could see more upside to come. 230, 233. And now it's up to the sellers to come in and take these levels away from those buyers before 1 o'clock. Because other than that, you're going to just get more upside than downside. And look at this, still holding, right? Look where my price point is at. And all I did was do my research to understand, okay, what buyers came in at. Look, see how you still fighting around that price point? In particular, 227.05. Watch that price point. Either sellers can come in aggressive and yank them back down to 225, or those buyers going to remain holding this level. So let's see. Let's see. Watch the volatility. SPY definitely went back on that move. Right back in that range, 236 to 238, back in that range, broke out of that downtrend. So go ahead and take that off. So buyers are still in control. I mean, look at this. Buyers are still holding, man. Look at this. If you put this together, it's an uptrend too. Take these bottoms. Take this bottom. Kind of match it. Guys, someone would like this uptrend setup still going on in this bad boy. Still have yet to get that full sell-off yet. Uptrend is still holding. Pull back, bounce, pull back, bounce. Now getting above that 636 level. Trying to go for the next moving on up. Keep it on watch. I mean, Apple still holding. The only ones that starting to slightly turn. I mean, you got Amazon slowly turning. That's on the downtrend. So Amazon is getting a slow little turn. I mean, you're not getting a definite sell-off. Because like I said, there's just so much bullish volatility right now. See that? I mean, Amazon is downtrending. So, I mean, that's weak. Apple still holding. What else we have? And I know how much hardware hates Tesla. Let me take a look at Tesla. Let me see what Tesla doing. Tesla's still getting a slow fade. The area I know we was talking about was 335 down to 330. So I mean, you faded $5 down from that price point. So and that was going to be a possible area. Now I'm gonna tell you why I was calling out 335 on Tesla, because 335 on Tesla, if you go back on your chart, that was a strong resistance. So let me go back to Tesla, and you can see the resistance, that area where sellers were going to come in at, that supply zones level. So if we go back to Tesla, let me go to my 180, and I think I had it marked off at 335 as well. See right here, bam. No, it's 355. What's my 335 mark? Hold up. Right at 335. Yeah, right here, 335. So that's why I was anticipating a pullback on that one, Tesla. Because, guys, all you do is just take the pass. That's it. Take the pass and utilize it. What do you have to... All right. Aussie, Nadia, Champ. Look at the rinse and repeats, bosses. Look at this. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. You can see the clear level of supply zones where the sellers came in repeatedly. 335. 335. 335. Now once you break above that price point, then 9 times out of 10, what's going to be the next key level that your seller's going to be sitting at? 355. You can see right here. Go over a little bit. Once you break out, look, 355. 355. That's going to equal up to what? The damn near triple top. So we know that's going to be the next intended target. Well, no, it's more than the triple top because we didn't hit this before. So once, then we try to break out, fell back underneath it. Twice, 355. So we know it. Once we get that breakout above 335, we know that the next intended target is going to be 355. So, I mean, look at this. Big guys, all you do is just take these setups, prepare yourself for the following weeks ahead. Okay, we know 335 is going to be resistance. All right. Once we break above that price point, let's just say you want to go long. Okay, we know as long as if we can break above this price point, we know we have room to run up to 340. We have room to run up to 345. We have room to run up to 350 up to what? 355. So guys, all you do is just take the past and just try to analyze and understand the next possible setups. Okay, we know, okay, and I'm going to help out for my Tesla traders. Okay, we know, okay, 335 held up a strong resistance. Because right here you can clearly see, every time we hit around that, we pull right back on down. But the level that we holding is around 302, 303 level. You can clearly see the transition. You can clearly see the setups as the weeks are about to come. We can clearly see the setups. We're going from a downtrend to now an uptrend. What is stopping you from hitting 340? What is stopping you from hitting 350, 355 and all these levels? 335, right? But at the same time, you are breaking out of a downtrend setup, going from bearish to now bullish as we go into next week, right? So you can clearly see the setup as it's setting up for next week. That looks very bullish, right? You're no longer on a downtrend. You're someone on an uptrend now. You're somewhat bullish. So we know that the levels that we need to break is 335. And not just that. Look at the setup going into next week. Aussie, do you see it? Nadia, do you see it? Champ, do y'all see it? Jenna, do y'all see the setup going into next week? On how y'all can better prepare yourself on Tesla for next week? You see it? After the pullback bounce, look like we're creating an uptrend towards what price point? Yeah, see that? Now, you utilizing this setup, now you can set yourself up going into next week, right? So we know that all we need to do is get that break above what? We know once we break above 335, look at all the space and opportunity towards the next key level is going to be what? 355. But you notice that? Yeah. So all we doing right now, Aussie, and for the rest of the team, let's set up ourselves going into next week. You know, let's just put these on the back burner. Let's put an alert on your TOS or whatever brokers you're using. Set your alerts ahead of time. So okay, say for instance you do take your eyes off of Tesla. Let's just say that, but your alert go off. What the hell? 335. Now it's starting to ring back in your head because now you know buyers are breaking above that price point. Now that means that bulls are stepping up. So you already identified yourself with the channel setup. 335, 355, right? Because you're turning resistance now into support. So that means, in other words, if going into next week, if everything is bullish, you know, we do get a bullish movement on Tesla, all we gotta do is break that level, 355, for that possible run on up to what? 335 to 355, and then watch the range. Bam. Watch the range. Bam. You notice the setup? Set yourself up early. But you see that? Look how quickly came up with a possible idea. Going into next week and week after next and all of that. Using these, look, you see that? But all I did was just understand the prices. I understood the past movement that can benefit everything. Because right now I got an idea, okay, we're no longer on a downtrend. We're now transitioning to an uptrend, and I do see the upside potential. We break above 335. The next key level is going to be 355. Why? Because that's the level where your sellers came in aggressive and yanked you right on down. But we're no longer in a downtrend. We're now on more so on an uptrend. So all I'm doing is taking these two specific prices into consideration and trying to play the move on the back up towards the upside. So I know what level needs to break, 335, if I want to get a possible chance up to 340 to 355. But you notice how I set myself up in advance? You know, and the weeks haven't even hit yet.
I just sniped at 232.5 and made 25%.
Well, wait, which one? On what trade? Where you was at? What you were looking at, boss? My bad. You say on which one? Oh, you was looking at Apple. Apple still put. I told you, boss. I said watch that 2705. Bam, still pushing. I told you. As long as it held that level, you can still push up to 230. Bam. I told you. Ah, that's crazy. He made a move off that bad boy. That's sick. Shout out to my guy, Champ. Shout out to Champ. Champion. You the boss. You the boss on that. Let me see. Oh, I got it. AEPL. Oh, we got left 30 minutes.
Murdoch Champ says. AAPL call.
It's still pushing.
132.
And still pushing. Boss, look at it. Still pushing.
Says, yeah.
Look at that. Still pushing.
Murdoch Chab says,
This is crazy.
it's insane. I sold, but it's still.
Yeah, because remember what we broke down. Remember, as long as we held those key levels, that 225, 227.05 level, you have room to push your way up towards 230, 233 level, back up here. So if that's what they're trying to do, let's see. I'm going to try to move my chart over as much as I can so we can try to see the whole entire thing without me trying to cram it too damn much. Let me see. Let me see. And right now, look at this. Look at this. All from, and balls, and the crazy part, champ, all from 302. From these bottoms. I mean, it's just been on a tear. I mean, but you got to understand, too, that another reason why it's bullish. Because you got to think about it. What was that target price that they put out? 266 level. 266 price target. Which is getting those buyers excited. So, if that bullish momentum continues, we may see that 260 in due time. It's true. Because now, all of the buyers we have to do from this price point, or this level here, hold 250, 25. Right? Because if you hold 225 level, all you got to do going into next week, look at all the room and space and opportunity on the upside. 250, right? Because 250, you're not too far from the 260 level. And what was that target price point they said? 266. So, as long as they hold that level, 250, 225 going into next week, I mean, look at the rotation. And look at the whole range. Not hardware, because hardware already know this. Champ, look at the whole range that we were in before. As long as you held 225, look at that strong ass rotation towards 250. Only putting you $10 or $16 away from that price that they called out, which was what? 266, right? So think about it. As long as they hold that range, next key level they're gonna move up to is around 238. From that 238, you got room to push up towards 240, towards 250. From that level, you got room to run up towards 260, which is right around that level that they called out, which was 266, which is freaking insane. And you see the power of, let me see, I think I saved the article too. Let me go back to see if I got that article still saved. I got it, because this time I held that bad boy. Bumped that shit. I held it this time.
AAPL, they said $260 price target.
Yep, and I still got it. Shout out to Hardware for giving me the info on there, and I still kept it.
About to clock out quota met.
Got you, boss. Let's see. I still got the article. Bam. Got it. Still got it. So look, to see why we're getting that bullish movement, shout out to Hardware for giving us that article. Right here, guys. That's why I keep all information that Hardware gives to me, guys, because it pays off, man. You got to take... See, what a lot of traders fail to do is, you know, like when somebody's talking, whether it's me, whether it's Hardware, and anybody else, y'all listen, but y'all not listening. Like, y'all hear what we saying, but y'all not really grasping the information that's being given. Think about it. How many times this morning, not only me and Hardware, was we talking about, guys, watch Apple, watch Apple, watch Apple, watch Apple, watch Apple. Target price, 225, 225, 225. And how many times you guys kept throwing everything else at me? CRWV. I kept saying Apple. What about Google? Apple. What about this stock? Apple. What about that stock? Apple. It's like everything y'all kept throwing at me, I said Apple, Apple, Apple. And look at the news, guys. I still got the article. If y'all want it, I'll still send it to you. Apple gets a 266 price target as Apple Store growth surges. What was that price point? 266 price target. So it gave us news. We have news. We have some type of analytics that's giving us right there a solid idea of where it's trying to go.
Says, look, I seen so many fake stock people, but if they can't put money where their mouth is, fake traders.
Exactly. And I'll post it again, guys, at APL. And anything Hardware always throwing at me, I study. Anything Hardware throws at me, I stay studying. Because here's a guy that didn't have, and the reason why I take a lot of his information into consideration, because this guy didn't have to give me no information. This guy didn't even have to come into my community. This guy didn't even have to come into my life. Did not give two damns about me on where I go. But here was a guy who showed that, look, man, I see this guy trying to help this team out. Man, let me come in and break things down to him. And ever since I met Hardware, man, I've been studying, I've been analyzing. You remember, guys, the other day when I got inside his head, right? What price? Hardware, you remember that, right? when we were talking about that the other day, to show how much I am listening to him, how much I'm taking his wisdom into consideration. Because what price point did I say? $225, and that's when I laughed and I brought up my contracts. I said, boss, look what price point I got. $225, and we bust out laughing. But it goes to show that I'm taking everything that he says into consideration, and I'm studying, man, because I want to understand on what his ways of thinking. You know, what is he thinking about? How is he understanding these levels? I want to get to this level this man is at. You know, and that's what I've been doing, guys, and taking that information and sharing with you. Guys, I did this all day today in Discord. Y'all were throwing every tick at me. What was the main thing I stayed on? Apple. 225. Apple. It's like, because I have faith in myself. And again, all the information that we had right in front of us. Look what we had. Guys, I kept calling Apple all day, all this morning on my Discord. Trying to keep everybody focused on Apple. Everybody else was throwing everything else at me. Apple.
Love the alerts on Discord.
Yeah, I mean, but Nadia, and I told you I was gonna stick to my promise. I said I was gonna stick to my alerts. Don't get me wrong. This morning I started off with, because I know we were talking this morning about TTD. I know that was like the first one we talked about, and I alerted the levels. I said before we dropped, I said, guys, be on lookout for. Remember before the drop, what was it at? I was alerting it right before the drop.
Yes, same.
Yeah, see right here.
Reading his resources and education.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, and look, champ, look right here, boss. I was alerting this before the drop even happened. I was alerting everybody, and I was talking to Hardware about it. I said, guys, I said TTD and Dual. Yeah, do a shout out to Hardware for Dual. And I told Hardware, I said, we may see a pullback down towards what it was 35.70, and I had my arrows pointing right here. I said after this nice sell off, we could pull down towards 235.70. I didn't guess the number. All I did was just take the past history and say what we could pull back down to on a psychological basis, right? Now, after I posted that, I posted the update. What did we pull down to? Bam! Bam! I said bam! And that was early this morning. And look what we pulled down to. Bam! Where did we get that bounce? Where did those buys step in at? Right around 235.70, right? Call that out. Then after that, I got back on my Apple game. I said, all right, Apple. That's when me and Positive was talking about it. She said, what did she ask me this morning on it? Oh, she said, I don't see 225, only see 21. 221, I see. I said, yeah. I said, because you got to expect a pullback first. I said, we're going to get a pullback first. You can see it clearly right here, guys. Big as day. I said, we're going to have a pullback first. Look to see if buyers can hold 218.86. After that, we talked about that. Then, because I'm always going to show my proof that I back up this shit I talk about. Then I said, guys, I told y'all, keep your eyes on Apple, L on L. Jenna got in, shout out to her, she listened. And then, what was that afterwards? I said, Apple, still holding, still pushing, 225 potential price target, keep on watch. I said, watch 227, 222.70 bottom floor levels, as long as that hold. And I'm going to go over those price points on the 15-minute time frame. Where was that at? On Apple. And to go to that level I was talking about before we, I think I moved my prices though. Oh, right here, 222. Like, did I not say that? Did I not alert this level? I said, guys, watch 222.70. Well, did I not put that in my Discord? Was I lying? What was it at? Right here. Still pushing. I said, keep on watch 222.70 floor level. Apple still holding, still pushing, 225 potential price target. But the floor level I said to watch at that time was what? 222.70. Let's go back. What price point was this? We pulled back down to what? 222.70. Okay, after that happened, I went down. After I alerted that price point, let's go to Apple. I did alert. I said, keep in mind as Friday lunch hours roll in, we may expect a lot of consolidation range channels due to volatility fade because it's Friday. I did mention about CRWV, which I wasn't really too worried about that. I said Apple, new high day, bam. Next thing, volume is on Apple at this time. Been alerting this since this morning, 8 p.m. All right. then because I mean, what I was trying to do was trying to ignore everybody else's tickers, because I wanted everybody to be focused on Apple, because I knew the potential. Me and Hardware knew the price point. I was trying to get you guys off of everything else so you can make money specifically on Apple. That's why every time y'all kept throwing everything else at me, I kept dodging it to talk about Apple. I said Apple, 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 because I wanted y'all to see that money-making opportunity. I was trying to go around every which way. I was trying to give y'all key hints. I was breaking down drawings. I was showing y'all an uptrend on Apple. I was trying to, like, every which way to just get into y'all so y'all can stop throwing tickets at me. I was like, Apple, Apple, Apple. It's like I was trying every which way to get into y'all heads. And then I said, boom, Apple, 225. I was like, geez Louise. Like, boy, y'all gave me a run for my money today on that. I was trying to go every which way around all these other tickets y'all was bringing up for y'all to focus on Apple. Because I seen up the possibilities, the potential. I was like, man. But that was crazy. But I got my proof that I alerted everything. I got my proof I alerted my Apple. That I told you I was sticking with Apple. I never changed, not one time. I mean, guys, and that's all it takes. One stock could change a whole entire account if you paying attention to the right stock. I mean, I know y'all was throwing out everything else. Y'all was throwing out CRWV. That was cool. Y'all was throwing out Google at me. That was cool. But think about it. I mean, Champ just said it.
Just got on and looks like I missed $1.
Oh, man. Boss. Lucky. Apple. And shout out to Hardware again. Apple was a money-making opportunity since 202, 203. That was, I mean, think about how account changed. Guys, one account. I mean, one stock. One stock. When you didn't have to look at multiple stocks. You didn't have to go to Google. You didn't have to go to Tesla. You didn't have to go to NVIDIA. You didn't have to go to, guys, one stock that changed your account. Look at this. One stock. One stock. Apple. Look at this. From the bottoms. 202, 204, and just been on a bullish rally ever since. Think about that. One account, one stock can change your entire account by focusing on one in particular. And why did I say to focus on that? Because they already released news. That was Monday. The news article about the price target being at 266. What do you think buyers are trying to go back up to? They're trying to go back into the intended target. And it's still bullish. Think about it. It's still pushing. And with Champ, Lucky, Jenna, what did I say could possibly happen with Apple right now? I said as long as buyers can stay above what? 225, 227.05, that the next possible level that we can see was what? Look what my price point is at. 233. I said we can see up to 230 to 233.
Gina says, I will.
And look at it, like it's still bullish. It's still pushing.
Yeah.
It's still pushing. It's insane to watch this. It's still going. Still going.
Aware says, this was way high before all the news dropped cause this was info that wasn't released yet. LOL.
Yeah, and I remember you did say that. Yeah, but you did say that. You said because you remember. That's how much I pay attention to you Hardware. That's letting you know that on how much I take all of your guidance into consideration. Because I remember every ticket you bring up. I remember everything you mentioned. Because I remember when you first talked about an article, you said there's some more articles coming. There's another one coming. Get prepared for it. And it's like everything he's been speaking, he's spoken to existence. And look at all these opportunities, guys. I mean, look at this. Downtrend breakout. Reversal. Going from a downtrend now to an uptrend. Going from bears to now bulls.
Guys hooked up on AAPL.
And still cooking. And that's the thing too. Still cooking.
Lil Birdie.
Still cooking. Now, guys. Now that we back in this area. Okay, let's see the range. Let's pay close attention to the range. Okay, now being above 225. Once again. Okay, what are the ranges now? We see 233 to 238. Let's look at the overall ranges. Now, being above this. Okay, what was these tops at? Between 233 and 238. 233, 238, we could definitely see the rotation. All right, right here, the last time, when we held 225, how high did we go? 233, came back on down to 225, and then got that nice push back on up. 233 to 238, broke above that old level. 238, up towards 240. Towards 250, where we got the strong resistance level here, and then pull back on down. So we see where the ultimate highs are at. I mean, the strong areas gonna be around 250, 260, right? But we're not there yet. We're trying to knock out this level because this is where we at. Look at this.
Where says,
Focus on that.
and for those who are in this look, don't get greedy, take profits.
Exactly.
A couple of runners for the what if.
Exactly, boss. But yeah, psychologically, they may be trying to push back up towards these old key areas. It's going to be around 230, 233. So, Lucky, Champ, if you are in on that, you know, again, on the psychological basis, just pay close attention to these levels. Because, okay, Champ and not it for the rest of y'all. Okay, think about it. Think about these old key areas where you ran up to. What was this? 233, right? Rejection. 233, rejection. 233, rejection. And then after we got this little run on up to 238, you fell back underneath what? 233, rejection. What's gonna be? What is that level at that they're trying to push up to? Don't that look like 233 they're trying to go up to? Don't that look like an old past level? 233. So if we get that rejection, then what 9 times out of 10 what's gonna be that strong demand zone? 225, because they're trying to stay within a range. Because their goal, buyer's goal, is to move up. The goal is to move up. So now being above already 215. Now already being above 225, these good, strong, decent areas. Now they could be holding this going into next week as they're trying to push towards those intended targets. So no longer are we at the bottom anymore of that. So let's do this. Let me do this real quick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up a new one, and we're gonna get rid of all those other lines that we don't need at this moment. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make another copy of this, and we're gonna focus on the range that we're in right now. So I'm gonna take off this. I'm gonna focus on the range that we're in at this moment. So we're gonna keep all the main areas. Come on, stupid ass lines. All right, let's go. I hate this damn thing. I wish I could just select like multiple ones and let me do it all together. I hate that I gotta do it individually. I hate this shit. It's annoying, definitely annoying. All right, let's take off this. Let's take off all of this. Lines that we don't need at this moment because we're above certain key price points that we don't need at this moment because we're already above all of the major levels. We're gonna move up. Okay, so we're already above 225. That's locked in. So we already know that we're above a strong resistance level. So now turning that into possible support. So now with a pullback down, oh, I think I see what they're doing. Hardware and Champ, I think I see what they're doing. I think I see how they're gonna possibly set up going into next week. Ah, you little slicks. I think I see what you're doing. I think I see what you're trying to do. Let's see. You trying to set up another range, you little slick bastards. I see what you're trying to do. So, you trying to create this new range. So, you breaking out of this one, trying to go into... See what you're doing. So, 9 times out of 10, if that 230 holds well... Oh! My bad. My fault. But I love that I can see this, though. But again, it just takes hard work and dedication. I love that I can see it. I love it. Hey, but Hardware, ain't you proud of me, though, boss? That you don't have to tell me nothing. I can just read these things. I mean, come on, boss. All your wisdom and knowledge, man. I took it into consideration. I'm loving it, man.
Now you can tell the people.
So okay.
Where says. It's already in place.
Yeah, it's already in place. Yeah, it's definitely already in place. And I see what they're doing. I can definitely see what they're doing. So, CC want me to tell y'all, because I can keep it secret. But, okay. So, look like, and I'm just going by what I see, what I'm observing. So, it looked like they're trying to, I'm trying to figure out the range, though. So, you know, the correct range. That they look like they're 704. Alright, so look like this old ass range here. So look like the first one is gonna be around at 238 level here, and then from that level you got that push on up to 250. But I can definitely see the build up on what they're doing. Definitely see the build up. So we got these bottoms, which is gonna be around 225. I can clearly see that for the pullback bounce. And then for that move back on up towards that 238.
I will neither confirm nor deny whatever you say right now.
No, all I'm doing is studying these levels. That's it. I'm just studying these levels going into next week. Because, I mean, right now you can definitely see the transition. You can definitely see the downtrend breakout going from, you know, bears to bulls. Now, all I'm doing is slowly reading this as it's going. Slowly reading it as it's going. Okay, so again, 225 holding up.
Says, No, I like this how you are thinking, ha ha ha.
Yeah, so let me do this. So let's tell, okay, so what we're gonna do now, since we hold a 225, let's do this for right now. Because I still got my old chart set up. So let's do this until we get a deep pullback. Let's focus on the range that we're in at this moment. So we're gonna do away with, for right now, we're gonna just do away with this. I'll put these lines back later. Alright, so let's do away with these. Alright, as long as we're holding 225. Alright, do away with these so we have less lines on the board and focus on the range that we're in. Alright, bam. Alright, cool. So, focus on this range. So you gotta remember, all resistance now turns to new support, which is 225, right? Now that you're holding above 225, you can see the rotation. 225, 238. Now you see the rotation from these bottoms, being in this channel. Bottoms to 225, with room to run all the way up to 250, back down to the 225s. And look where we at. Holding back on that floor, right? 238, mid area, and then, so let me go ahead and fix the color. Try to color code it real quick. So the bottom should be green, because that'll be possible support level, once they hold. Alright, let's see. So we'll utilize that for support. Alright, we'll utilize this mid area for, that's going to be a pivot point. And then the tops as of now is going to be around 250. So, based off on where we at right now, you do have room to push up towards this pivot point. It's going to be between this 233 to 238 level. And then from that breakout, you do have room to run up towards that 250. Because you got to think about it. It's almost like, it's like you fell out of a range and now you're back in a range. So, it's like you fell out of it because you were once in a range here. You were once in a range going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Then you fell out of it, went on a deep ass pullback. Now you have found your way back in that range. Now instead of on the downside, now I'll be setting yourself up for the upside. So instead of rotating down, you could be rotating your way back up. And it will almost look like a big ass, let me see. It almost look like a, I know it's kind of hard to see it. I can see it somewhat. It's almost like a, I'm trying to draw it out. Like I can see it, but it's hard to kind of draw it. I can see it though. Let me see. Hold up. It's almost like a, because I know it's a lot of choppiness, but it's almost like an inverted, head and shoulders in a sense. I mean, like I said, I know it's ugly to read and I can't really see it. It kind of gives off that inverted head and shoulders like pattern to me on Tesla. Not Tesla, I'm sorry, Apple. Because I'm just trying to specify really where that shoulder is. And you got this head down here. It's going to be something like this to this nature. When you start to get that nice uptrend back up to the upside. Almost something like this to this nature. It's almost like an inverted head and shoulders pattern. Because you got these tops and you put them back down.
There is 4 steps to this plan, but we got 2 steps completed. Just glad people.
Yeah. And I agree. And I agree 110%, boss. That's why I say I know it's kind of tough. No, I know that. I know something else I can use that I normally use on Tesla when I see a lot of choppiness. My 5-year chart.
All I have
hold
to
up.
say is make sure you take profit, cause what goes up must come
Yeah,
down.
hold up, boss. Let me get some confirmation on this. Because normally when I see a lot of choppiness too, I normally would use my 5-year chart on Tesla. Let me get some confirmation real quick. Hold up. Let me verify something. Hold up. There it is. There it is. All right. So let me see. All right. So I forgot about my 5-year chart. I almost forgot about that. All right. So what was the key areas back in there? Okay. So we got back above. Oh, that's a Tesla. I mean Apple. Sorry. Apple. My bad. See. You got me broken up with Apple. I mean with Tesla, and I'm not. It's like it hunts me now. Why is it not letting me type in? What the hell? Oh, there we go. I think I can slow as hell. Yeah, he got me broken up with Tesla. Now that's on my mind. God dang it. All right, let's see now. I was on the wrong chart. My fault. All right. 5-year Apple. All right, let's see. All right, let's look at you from a 5-year standpoint. How are we looking? How are we looking? All right. Let me extend you out to the right. Extend you out to the right. All right. So far, okay, we got back above 200. Check. All right. What were these tops when we got rejected at? Yep, that's around 236, 238. right where these old key levels is, right about here, going this way, and then from that level, yep, 240 up. Yeah, yep. So look like we about to start transitioning slowly on hardware. Look like a slow transition. Yep. Look like we could be slowly transitioning. So yeah, more upside could be possibly presenting itself for Apple for sure. Because we already got that deep pull back down to these bottoms, which buyers came back in and held these key levels, got us back above 200. So it looked like we're getting that trend line bounce. Because every time you hit that green trend line, buy you step back in. Green trend line, buy you step back on in. Green trend line, buy you step back on in. So you see the power of that green trend line? Like every time we hit around that green trend line, that's when we have those powerful plays back up toward the upside. Green trend line, nice move back on up. Green trend line, nice move back on up. So yeah, we definitely got, have we hit this level more than once? No, only 3 times. We are above all the indicators for sure for right now. Yeah, I'm about to be doing some definitely some deep research to see on where we're gonna be. But I definitely see more upside though coming. I definitely see more upside coming, especially between 240, 260 level. Cause where we at right now, 230. So only $10 away from 240. Yeah, I definitely see more downside. I mean, more upside coming. Yeah, so yeah, we definitely got some. Yeah, gear up, guys. Definitely see some potentials on Apple, even going into next week. Definitely see some potential. Where we at right now? 230. I told you guys 230. I told you. 230, 230. I did not tell y'all. As long as you hold that 227.05, you have room between 230, 233. I told y'all. I told you. All that research, I told y'all where them bad boys can push up to. Back to 230 to 233. I gave y'all the heads up on it. I told y'all. Back up towards these old levels here, which is around 230, 233, right? It'd be hitting that trend line. Ooh! Especially if it ride that trend line perfect. Damn, that'd be crazy if I made the trend line in the perfect area. Where you could see a possible little rejection. After this push, that means that we could possibly see a red to green. Somewhere in that level we could start to see a pullback. I put that trend line in the most perfect spot. Like, that'd be crazy. But we get a rejection right here and pull right back down. That'd be the most perfect area that I ever put my trend line in. Before even, seeing actual tops is insane. That is crazy work. And Nadia, was that the donation? Nadia, appreciate you for the donation too, Queen. I just got my notification. Shout out to you for the donation. I just got it. Appreciate you, Queen. Let me give you love for the dono. Appreciate you. So shout out to you for the dono. Appreciate you for the donation. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Also, shout out to all my traders today for Friday, even though today is like tricky. Shout out to W Minds for all my traders who've been killing it today. Hardware, thank you for everything, for all your advice. Also, good shout out to all my mods. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what it is. Appreciate you. Yeah, I just got the dono, Queen, but yeah, definitely appreciate you. I didn't even realize I didn't even see that. Definitely appreciate you. Guys, if you ever want to do donations, I'll put the dono links out, where y'all can make small donations whenever y'all want to. I don't ever ask for anything. Y'all give, I'm definitely grateful.
Red lines, what time frames you placed it on $AAPL?
Oh, that's in the 50s. That's all the way up though. That's until we get that breakout back above that 238, 240. That's 250, but we still got some ways to go. Because we still got to take out all these old levels here, Nadia. You got that 233 right here. You can see right here where you had that interference. When you pull back down to 225, then you finally got that breakout. So right now, you gotta keep in mind, you're not gonna see straight green candles all the way up. You're gonna hit some interference. So, once you start to see those red candles, take advantage of it. Once you start to see those red candles forming, take advantage of it. Like, get those lows. Because right now, look at this. Look at the setup. You got a big, massive bull flag pattern that could be setting up. If you don't want to buy these tops, wait for these pullback opportunities.
Can you show purple trend lines, what time frames?
Wait, what you mean? Oh, this is a 12-hour chart. That's all I'm using. Now these are 12-hour chart, Queen. 12 hours. That's it. That's the ones I normally use is 12 hours because I like to get an idea of the whole setups. So I love using 12-hour charts. I mean, you can use that on any platform. Use a 12-hour. Use a 180-12, 360-12, whatever, but 12-hour charts. So those candles are they're 1 o'clock candles. So right now it's 1 o'clock. So right now we have a new candle. So right now 1 o'clock p.m. Candle just closed. Open up a new 1 o'clock p.m. Candle. So that means that candle's gonna close at 1 o'clock a.m. So it's gonna run for 12 hours. So this 12-hour candle just closed out the one we were in. So that means that we closed up, right? So now we're in a new 1 o'clock candle. So from this setup here, that means that all you gotta do now is just watch on this new 1 o'clock candle that we just answered. Question is, can we utilize that candle's close that just closed out for support to give us that continuation push up towards that 33, or will we get rejected and get that pull back down? So watch to see how this candle is about to perform on where we at now. Damn, my mom calling too. Hold up, guys. Let me take this call real quick. My mom is calling, and I'll come back in. Let me mute my mic. Sorry. She hung up. Hold up. I was trying to make sure she wasn't calling him and tell him she was outside or something. Hold on, guys. Hey, Queen. Yep, the queen is at the front door. So, guys, let me go open the door for my mom real quick. I'll be right back. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled on this setup, guys. So watch that candle's close to see how this new candle's going to react to it. Either we can utilize that candle's close for support and get that continuation push up, which puts us towards 233 up to 238, or will we get rejected and get that pull back down towards that 227 down to 225. But as this is setting up, I mean, we could see some more push-up coming. We could see that push-up toward that 233, so keep it on watch. But let me go open the door for my mom real quick, guys. I'll be right back. And I know I got to soon be cutting off the stream anyway, so give me a minute. Oh, damn. It's my, don't tell me my, oh, shit. Don't tell me my stream's starting to act up. The bit rates are starting to act up. Oh, shit. Yeah, but guys, let me be right back. Let me open the door for her. Where's my stuff to set up at? Be right back, All right, here we go. All right, guys, I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. I do apologize. I forgot to take everything down. I'm sorry. I was trying to get everything. So yeah, guys, I'm assuming we have an escape because I keep forgetting about that. The school is today, man. I forgot the kids are in school today, so I got to run by the schools. I forgot all about this shit. Which is I think is stupid. I'm like, why would y'all allow kids to go into school for one day and then they're out for the weekend? Like, why not just start school Monday, fresh for a whole entire week? Like, why have them going to school for one day? Like, that makes no sense. Yeah, that kind of drove me crazy on it. I'm like, what's the point of that? All right, guys. So keep it on watch. Keep it on watch. Keep it on watch. Let's see where we at. Still holding. Still holding. Because I know I got soon going a few, man. I almost forgot about that. What I got left? What time it is right now? I know I got to push because today is Friday, man. Shit. Because like I said, Apple is still holding strong, guys. I mean, Apple is still holding strong. To me, it's still bullish. I'll just be mindful of trying to short still at this time. Wait on confirmation. But that bad boy is still bullish. I would still stay on the long side until you get confirmation. Just be very careful. Be very careful. All right, guys. I soon got to run, man, because I do have to go run some errands. I do have to pass by the schools, man, because I so forgot that today was Friday. I forgot about that. I was like, shit. Stupid. One day of school. This man's stupid. Still dumb. All right, guys, let me soon get ready to go, man. But yeah, guys, if you are new to my channel, man, please do your boy a favor, man. Hit that subscribe button. You already know what time it is. Go to my YouTube channel, man. Go to my Twitch channel. Go to my Kick channel, man. Hit that subscribe button, guys. We are on that road to 1K subs on YouTube, guys. We are almost there where we can start getting monetized for these videos. Hit that subscribe button. If you already subscribed, like, share, comment. You already know. Hit the notification bell. If you're on Twitch, follow or subscribe to avoid the ads. Kick. Follow or subscribe, do the same exact thing. TikTok, hit the follow button. So, but thank y'all so much for everything, man. And again, shout out to the mods, shout out to everybody, man, who did a job well done today, man. Y'all killed today, because I know Fridays can be a little tricky. The volatility can sometimes, be a little crazy. But y'all did a job well done, man, and I couldn't be more proud of this team, man. And I do nothing but wish you guys nothing but blessings and success on you guys' journey as we keep going, man. And we're gonna keep it rocking and rolling. And the market is just heating up, so y'all gotta think about it. We just in August. It's gonna start to heat up even more. So September all the way through, it's gonna start to heat up even more. Like I said, especially, man, YouTube champ, and congratulations on your profit too as well, boss.
Thanks, J-Boss. Awesome morning.
Man, Aussie, no problem at all. Like I said, whenever you want to do that one-on-one, definitely get with me. I'm going to definitely start doing a lot of one-on-ones coming up, too. So, give people, those one-on-one base scenarios on how to read the charts a little bit better. Prepare yourself ahead of time. So, okay. So, one thing that before I get off, one thing I started to do ahead of time, and I'm not going to lie, Aussie and Champ, is understand the setups. Okay, kind of like,
Appreciate you, Jay. Have a good
man. No problem at all, Lucky. But yeah, so okay, I'm gonna tell y'all. So that's another thing to kind of work on over the weekend. I'm and I'll go over that even more. It's more detail to it. But I'm gonna tell y'all, as far as your homework over the weekend, look at like I said. Now, and again, it's no secret. I use like 12-hour charts. You can use it. You can use a 180-12. You can use a 360-12. But use those 12-hour charts. Make your charts completely naked. And use your eyes to understand the levels of support and resistance. Try to utilize your vision to see an uptrend, a downtrend, sideways movement where you can literally start to vision those prices, where you can start to put lines at. And then by doing that, then you can get a better understanding. Okay, damn, this is how we can set up. That's how that's the same thing I did with Apple, same thing I did with Tesla, same thing I did with Nvidia, Microsoft, and all these other companies. Think about it. How do you think that was calling out these plays for Apple? All I did, and again, it's no secret. All I did was just take a 12-hour chart and I just visualized the setup. All I did was, go from start to finish. That's all I did. All I did was just kind of sit back and understood, okay, where's these strong levels of resistance? Where did these sellers come in aggressive? Okay, from on the upside, where did buyers come in aggressive? All I did was just sit back and just got a better understanding, because you got to understand, guys, these price points, you're going to see again in due time, especially when you're going back up. And the reason why, because those buyers have to take away those price points away from the bears if we want to see upside, right? Same thing on the downside. Because if we want to see more downside, we got to come back down to those certain key levels and crack those key levels if we want to get more, more of a decline. So, just like with sellers, we have to break certain key levels, take away from buyers if we want to see more prices down. Vice versa. Buyers got to take away certain prices away from the sellers if we want to see them move back on up. So, now with that being said, going into next week, look where we at now. We already done took out these levels. That's done. That's around 215, right? Okay, now we're above 225 level. That's done. Now the next key level, all right, let's go across the board. Where did these sellers come in aggressive at? Next key level is going to be around what? 238-ish level. We got room to run up to what? 238. So if you look at it on the long hand side and your long bias, then you know that you still have room and opportunities to push up to 233, 238. So you know that you still got long opportunity towards the upside. You still got opportunities to catch it. And then once we hit around these levels, okay, keep it on watch. Either you want to lock in or see if we're going to break past that level up towards the next level, which is going to be around 250. But you can do this with any stocks, guys. You can do this with Nvidia. You can do this with Tesla. Anything. Once you make your let me do this. Let me make another copy. That's gonna be my last one because I hate making too many of these damn charts. Do this to start off with. Take this chart, make it completely naked. Make it completely naked. Take everything off. Or just start your charts off fresh. Do this. I don't know why this thing moves so damn slow though. It's crazy. Everything moving slow and shit. Hurry up. Alright, see. Okay. So you see the only thing I have is my alerts. But look, take the time to visualize the charts. By yourself. Don't put anything just yet. Look at it. Read it. Don't just look at chop. That's not the focus point. The focus point is your overall support and your overall resistance. Like this. It's about as easy as 1, 2, 3. All you do is take your price points. Alright? Take your price point. Where the sellers come in aggressive. That's 1, right? Psychological level. Okay. Let me go up. What is another level where sellers came in aggressive? I see this level. Bam. That's 2. Okay. What's the next key level? Let me move this over a little bit because I know I got that, those alerts. Next key level. Right up here, right? Right around this level. Alright, cool. Now you see how I figured that out that quick? All I did was take old key levels. Look at the areas where your sellers came in aggressive. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Now as you go up, you now have to think about it on a psychological basis. Okay, once we go up to these levels, 9 times out of 10, we know that we may have sellers in these key areas where we could get some resistance, but I know we can run up to it. So if I'm catching these bottoms, how far can I push up to? Or where can I take profits at? Okay, let's just say 225. All right, 225. From breaking up above that price point, what's going to be the next key level? All right, 233, 230 level. Okay, then on up, where we have around 250 and so forth. But that's it. All you got to do is psychological plays, man. It's psychological plays. All you do is look at the overall setups. You can see psychologically where sellers came in at here. You can see overall psychologically where sellers came in here because that level has held more than once. Once, twice, pullback. And then this level here, around that 260 level, sellers. All you do as you go up, even if you're long, all you do is place your price points towards these levels that, okay, where you can exit. Where you know 9 times out of 10 sellers could be sitting at. So you know where your bottoms are going to be at because you took this level away. Support, right? All you do is go up, look at these levels here for a possible exit where you can take the meat of the move. But that's all you do. Like, it's not, don't make it complicated, man. Just take your time to study these charts. And you can use this same method with anything. Use it with anything, any charts. Just take your time and just analyze it. Why do you think I was so able to call this? Because I studied the charts. Again, why do you think we perfectly fall on these Tesla at 330? Analyze the charts. Why do I have my lines down in a damn near perfect spot where the market is acting and interacting with it? Look at right here. What my line? 35 pullback. Right here. Dip underneath what? 30 level. Bam. And again, I've been having these lines here. I'm not making the market react off of my lines. How do I know this? How do I know these lines? Because I study. I understand the price points. I understand on how to take profits. Again, if you look at it from a short standpoint, from 335 to 330, guys, that's $5. From 330 to 335, that's $5. If you play both sides of the fence, guys, that's a $10 profit. Think about it. From 330, 335, $5. That's on the call side. From 335 to 330, now that's on the short side. You just made money up and you just made money down in a short period of time. You're done. Lock it up. Boom. That's it. Find ways to understand how to read these charts. That's it. Take your time on it. We know from SPY, we know from 335, 635 up to the 337-ish level. That's what, $2 up. And then once we get that break on out from that level, we get that push up to 238, 239. That's another additional $2. And also understand, pay close attention to the patterns. But just understand your prices, man. That's it. Tesla moves by $5 increments. Apple normally moves by $2 increments. SPY normally moves by $2 increments and so forth. Once you start to understand the personalities of them, man, place your lines, understand the setups, and that's about the easiest way to do it. But just take your time. But yeah, guys, I'm about to go, man. I'm about to go ahead and shut it down because I do have to run some errands, man. Today is Friday. Shout out again to Hardware for always, being here for the team, man. Shout out to you guys for supporting me, for loving me. That's why I do my best to put money in you guys' pockets. Yeah, and that's and Ingrid, that's all it's about. And again, you don't necessarily have to use the charts that I use. Just figure out which ones that works best for you. I mean, again, outside of a 15-minute time frame, 5-minute time frame, I look at 12-hour charts because it works for me. Again, everybody's different. You know, I use 12 hours. You got 5-year charts. You got 6-month charts. Whichever ones works best for you, where you can see, you know, the activities on the charts to get a better reading, use it. But me personally, I use 12-hour charts. That's what I use. And if that's what you want to use, just look at a 12-hour chart and just read. But you know, before you start placing any lines or anything, just look at it. You know, use your kind of like what's the movie? Lego movie. Become a master builder. Build floors. Build ceilings. Understand the psychology on how the market is moving. That's it, man. But it's just take your time, guys, just to read it. And as you do that, all you do is just once you place your lines in motion, man, play those same exact price points till we no longer need it, until we either break out or we crack down. It may be a rinse and repeat where you can see the market, because guys, all the market does is rotate. You know, from big old drops, what happens 9 times out of 10? You bounce back on up. After we go on to move on up, 9 times out of 10, what we do? Come right back on down. All the market does is rotate up, rotate down, rotate up, rotate down. Even if it's in a uptrend or downtrend, the market is still rotating any which way. It's still rotating overall. But yeah, just take your time to understand these setups, guys, and just practice over the weekend to have a better setup and better mindset as we go into next week. So, job well done, guys. You guys done an amazing job, man. I hope you guys have a blessed weekend, and I'm gonna leave you guys here. And matter of fact, before let me see if we're gonna have anything major next week. Any major news or any major economic data first and foremost, just so you guys be prepared. Let me see if we're gonna have anything major next week, so you guys will be ready for it. Let me use the old school one. Let me see if I see anything coming up next week. Right, next week. That's the 11, right? Yep, 11. Okay, so we're going next week, guys. We're going to have CPI data and PPI data, so be on the lookout for that. So CPI, PPI data, anything on Fridays. Normally on Fridays we'll have something. I say retail sales, business inventories, consumer sentiments. That's going to be something to look out for. Consumer sentiments, be on the lookout for that. It's going to be at 10 o'clock. CPI data for sure. PPI data, that's going to be Tuesday and Thursday. Nothing Monday. So Tuesday for sure. Wednesday for sure. I'm sorry, Thursday. Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. We're going to have some data coming out. That's all I really see, though. So CPI, PPI data for sure. Keep that on lock. That's going to be next week, guys. Next week, PPI data and CPI data. Looks like we're starting to get a little bit of weakness. Starting to turn a little bit. Like the market started to turn just a little bit. Keep it on watch. I know there's a lot of push that still want to go for these pullbacks. I know a lot of y'all hungry for pullbacks. But other than that, that's all I see. I mean, you do have room. Apple to still pull back down toward that 27.05 down to 20.25. Keep that on watch. But you do have room to pull back down to these levels. SPY. Watch that 36 range. We cracked that 36. You do have room to fall right back down towards the 35 to 34. Back down to these low levels here. We're starting to get a little bit of pullback, you know. But overall, the market to me is still bullish. I'm just going to be honest. To me, the overall market is still bullish. So right now, it's just our pullback moments. I mean, because you got to give it some time to reset itself. You know, after strong moves like that, I mean, you definitely got to give it time to reset. So, of course, you're going to get pullbacks. That's going to happen. So, do expect that. But other than that, guys, I'm about to be heading on out, man. Hope everybody have a blessed weekend. Thank y'all so much for the love. Thank y'all so much for the support, subscriptions, donations, everything, man. Appreciate y'all for everything that y'all do. Hope everybody have a blessed weekend. I will see you guys to Monday for Money Monday, and we'll see how the market is going to sit up. And again, we're gonna just build up more confidence in ourselves as traders on how to execute on these trades and to eliminate watching too many damn stocks. We're going to stop that immediately, too. That's another thing. Throwing all these tickets at me, I don't mind going over them. But, guys, after y'all was throwing all these tickets at me, didn't I not just focus on one stock throughout the whole week? Apple, 225, 225. That could have changed your whole account while y'all was throwing all these other tickets at me. That's all I'm saying. Focus on opportunities, man. Wait on those opportunities to present themselves. We can focus on one thing and not having to trade thousand stocks. When you focus on one stock, they could change your entire account. Think about it. Apple did it from 202 up to 225. I mean, think about the abilities. So take your time and don't force yourself to trade every day. You don't have to trade every day to make money, especially on good opportunities that can go on freaking $10 rippers, $20 rippers, $15 rippers. Wait on those opportunities to present themselves, then go for it. Just do just that. That's it. Trust me, it'll pay off. But other than that, hope everybody have a blessed weekend, man. Love you guys, man. And like I said, we'll keep it continuing for Money Mondays. Y'all know what time it is, and y'all know what I'm about to say before I head on out. Maximize your reward, minimize your risk. Always put grateful for green, and you will succeed every single time. Till then, guys, I hope you guys have a blessed weekend. Love y'all. Y'all stay blessed and stay safe. Peace!
Subscribe for more content.